So we need to build our animations before we can do our logic. So you're going to want to start by making some scene directors because one isn't enough in this case. I'm going to add two for now. In this case, you can follow me, but I do recommend you actually plan out your transition logic when you're doing your own projects. Generally, I find there's more options than I expect. The first thing I'm going to do is right-click on this end one and make this the new default. You'll see how the bold moves down, and then I'm going to make it called null. And why is it called null? It could be called empty null. You can call it what you want. For me, it's called null. Basically, it does nothing. And the reason for this is Expression always tries to play the default scene director. So when you've got logic as well, telling it to play something else, you can end up with some conflicts, and it doesn't look great. So let's go with that. And we're going to start with this guy, and we're going to call this scene director one in. And we're going to start by animating our mask. So the mask is going to animate first. It's going to animate on Y. It's already in its end position, so let's actually start it in its end position. And it needs to start at the beginning, obviously. And so we're going to move it up so that it covers up our... Don't worry about the text for now. We're going to worry about that later. And don't worry about that orange object either. Okay, so let's do a Control K on Y there, making sure you've got the mask selected here. I am moving quite quickly during over the animation stages because I'm taking it as read that people have done animating before. If it is a bit too quick for you, then there's our animation courses on the Expression U. You can check those out. I'm going to close that now by pressing enter. And we've got a basic animation now, right? Now I'm going to move to the end again. I'm going to move that BG2 is that orange object. I'm going to make a keyframe on that. And I'm going to start that from, let's say, 4. And let's move the it starts in the same place. There we go. And now what happens if you play those together, we get a little orange line and eventually the mask catches up, so it gets thinner as it moves. So just a little bit more interesting than a hard edge. And that's going to be our in animation. So I'm going to rename this guy as in and out. And I'm going to trim that down to 20 in here. 20. There we go. So what we're going to do about this text then? Well, I'm going to make another animation controller. And this one is going to be the text in. So probably start that guy down here. We can always adjust it later. That's the upside of using multiple animation controllers rather than building everything in one. And I'm going to call this text in. Very good. Okay. And we need to go and find our text position group. And at the moment it's in its end position again. We'll make the text come in a bit quicker. Let's go with 15. And we will make a keyframe. This time we're going to do it on X instead of on Y. And I'm doing the group so they both come in together. Set and close. Take that back to the beginning. And then we're going to take that group so it disappears behind this left edge mask there. You can do it by eye or take this number here if you want to copy that. And we do a keyframe again. And so now we should have a roll in. There we go. Excellent. And if you want to finesse some of your graphics, obviously, I'm not going to spend ages doing my own curves when I think. If you want to learn, like once again, that's Scene Expression U. So obviously you can do your own curves with these guys. In the name of saving time, I'm just going to do simple Bezier on everything. So And this is also quite good when you're doing things forward and backwards because it's going to have the same timing in each direction. So let's click both of these on. Just an extra note. What you can do is, let's just do this one first. There we go. What you can do, if you know you're going to use a particular type of transition a lot, if you go to Preferences under Edit, and under the editor, you can actually change a bunch of defaults. So you can see here I've got mine set to 50 instead of 200. But if you knew you were going to be doing simple Bezier on everything, or you know you're going to do your own interpolation on everything, then you can choose your preference. So in this case, I'm just going to do simple Bezier. So all my animations will be that by default. And now, okay, looking good. Again, this guy's a bit long, so let's trim that down. It's important with transition logic to try and keep your animations down to the length that they really are, because even if you had a whole load of empty keyframes, Expression still reads that as being an animation. So what you'd see is that you're in a transitioning stage for much longer than you might want to be. Okay, so in Scene Director 2, let's rename this guy and call it Out. We're going to open this up and let's take our animation controller and take this text. And we're going to reverse it. And then we're going to take the in and out. And we're going to reverse that too. There we go. So I've just sped it up slightly by having overlapped. Quite often outs are faster than ins. So if you wanted to, I haven't actually done this in my the scenes I've made as examples, but I just want to show you how you could actually reuse the same animations. But if you do want a faster out, you can actually put a little event here, and you could say change speed to say 2, and now your out would be the same style, but it would be faster. So I'm just going to delete that because that's not how I built the rest, but I just wanted to show you it as a little bonus. Okay, so now we've got our in and out. The next thing is to build our different conditions.